For this next part of gradient of parallel line and perpendicular line, so by now at Sec 3 you should know that when you are parallel, the gradient are the same. Okay, gradient are the same. How to read off the gradient from a line? We must always make y equals to mx plus c. Y must be the subject first. Okay, parallel line should not be anything new to you. Perpendicular line is something that is new to you. Okay, so if two lines are perpendicular to each other, we say that when the gradient multiply is equal to -1. You use this when you need to prove. So to prove, right, so for example, prove that okay, y equals to 2x plus 1 and maybe 2y equals to -x plus 5 are perpendicular. Okay, so for the gradient of L1 is equals to 2. Alright, from where? From here, the mx plus c. But for this L2, we have to make y the subject first. So 2y is equals to -x plus 5. Y is equals to -x over 2 plus 5 over 2. So which means the gradient of L2 is -1 over 2. Where does the -1 over 2 from? Is the coefficient of the x. Okay, now you say that since m1 times m2 is equals to 2 times -half, -1, L1 and L2 are perpendicular. Okay, so this is to prove. Alright, but most of the time you will not be asked to prove. Most of the time I will tell you that this line is perpendicular to this line. Then what is the gradient? We have, this is called the negative of the reciprocal. Negative of reciprocal. Okay, if you have been with me for a lot, well, I will always emphasize the thing about reciprocal. What? Okay, so if m1 is equals to 2, then the other guy m2 is equals to reciprocal of 2 is half. Just put a negative in front. So this is m2. So if m1 is equals to 3 over 4, then the m2 will be equals to, reciprocal means flip the numerator and the denominator. This will be 4 over 3. Put a negative in front, because it will be in the other direction. For perpendicular, one line going up, one line will be coming down. Perpendicular, that's the only way. Okay, so same thing, if m1 is equals to, let's say, -1 over 7, my m2 is equals to, flip the numerator and denominator, it will become 7. We remove the negative sign. Okay, so this is how you do for perpendicular line. Okay, the line that passes through P and Q is perpendicular to this line. Okay, can we read off the gradient from here? We can't. So we write down 8x minus 8y minus 19 equals to 0. Let's make y the subject. 8x minus 19 is equals to 8y. Y is equals to, divide by 8x minus 19 over 8. Okay, so basically, so the gradient of this line is equals to 1. So what does it mean? The gradient of PQ is equals to negative of the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 1 is to 1, and put a negative. Because this line is here, and then PQ is perpendicular to him. So this is the gradient of PQ. Okay? Formula for gradient. Okay, so next, if I'm given P and Q, formula for gradient, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 is equals to -1. So just work out your quadratic equation. P squared minus P minus 2 equals to 0. P minus 2, P minus 1 plus 1 equals to 0. P equals to 2, or P equals to -1. And then you can write down the suitable equation of P and Q. Okay, fine. You already have the gradient. Okay, I'll just do one for you. So y equals to, the gradient of PQ is -x plus c. Okay, so I put in the value sub 4 comma 2 square. 2 square is p is 2. Okay, I just sub in one of them. So I will have 4 equals to -4 plus c. C equals to 8. So therefore y equals to -x plus 8. Okay, so this is equation of line. Okay, so the relationship between the two lines that are perpendicular is the gradient is the negative of the reciprocal of the other.